Welcome to World's Finest, the Southgate Weenie Group's weekly DC Comics review, now a proud part of the Channel 52 podcast. As always, I am Phil Parrish, and joining me is...
Hey guys, it's Lilith. And speaking of Channel 52, just a quick shameless plug, sorry Phil. Return of the Caped Crusaders just came out this week, and you can look forward to a review on Before the Bat, and of course live commentary for Channel 52. So be on the lookout for that. Now, I return you back to our normally scheduled podcast.
Thank you, Queen of DC.
It's a good week for DC Comics, at least.
Yeah. Should I go to Harley Quinn since you didn't read it?
Yeah. Go ahead, get that out of the way.
It wasn't bad. I mean, I didn't read the last one, but I knew where they were going. She was like undercover trying to bust these criminals. She's like undercover as like a punk rocker. But the thing that brought it up a little for me is Penguin was in this. She basically had a stare down with Oswald, which it kind of brings it up for me a little more. Like, I like it more when they have like bad characters in here, or even just like, recognizable DC characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. I don't like it as much when there's just like, it's Harley and like these characters they like just made up 2 seconds ago for this series.
Well, it's kind of funny that she's undercover as a rocker and she doesn't come across Black Canary. I mean, what continuity is this book set in? I don't read Harley Quinn. I haven't for a while, so I don't know.
Supposedly, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be, the regular continuity.
Okay.
But no, she was in this weird club. I think it's too off the beaten path for Canary.
Oh, that's funny.
I mean, it was fine. Like I said, it was fine. It had Penguin in it. It's probably a 3.75.
So why are you still reading it? Just out of curiosity.
I don't know. It was on my pull list. I don't know. I've enjoyed this character before, and I guess that's just wishful thinking.
Okay, I can appreciate that. I've gone down with the sinking ship, especially in DC, more than once, so I totally understand it.
I've got to read what the cool kids are reading, and everyone's reading Harley Quinn right now.
Thank God I'm a proud geek. Not a cool kid.
Geeky kid.
So, did we get any emails? Are there any Cyborg fans that are listening to this podcast? I just feel so bad that Cyborg's neglected.
I guess not, because I can double check, but I don't think we got any emails.
That's okay. Nobody cares about Cyborg. That is my general consensus. It's a shame, it's a pity, but we're going to move on. Where do you want to really kick off this podcast at? Where do you want to start?
You want to talk Aquaman 10?
I can do that. So that happened.
Oh, you didn't like it?
It was okay. I mean, last issue was really good, and I just feel like they generated a lot of goodwill for last issue, and this issue tries to follow it up, but there's just something missing. I can't put my finger on what it is.
I could see that. I totally agree with you, but if you were going to tell me this was going to be like a solo Mara story, I probably would have been like, I think I enjoyed it more.
I'll see you next week.
Well, no, I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, like a solo Mara story.
Yeah.
I wasn't bored.
Like I told you last time when we talked about this book, I like Mira. I like that they're playing up this side, but at the same time, you're pitching this as a Aquaman book, not a Aquaman and Mira book. Although that's kind of what it has been from the beginning in actions, if not title. But I don't think that I think it's too soon for them to be pulling that. But they've done that a couple of times in Rebirth with a couple of other books already too. So I don't know if it's like a mandate or something.
Well, I don't want to give too much away, but just from the story, I wonder if Mira is going to be in here for too much longer.
Or I think she's going to go off and go do something and then come back.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I feel some kind of weird crossover or something coming where she has to be gone.
She's going to take a break, yeah.
Yeah. But politics and Aquaman, I still like it, and I kind of love how, you know, she's trying to adapt to her surroundings and these odd traditions and things like that. I like that that's also like kind of that world building thing that we missed out a lot on in the original like Aquaman runs and stuff. We kind of just said, okay, it's Atlantis, blah, blah, blah. There's magic, there's this, but we never really like get into it. And they kind of got into it in this one in last issue. So I'm enjoying it on that particular part too.
So what did you give it?
I gave it a 3.75.
Okay, I gave it a 4.
Okay. We're never too far apart most of the time.
So you said you read everything I read except for Harley, so does that mean you read Green Lanterns?
I did. I swear I told him to take this off my pull list, but he didn't. I don't know why, but he didn't.
I swear that happens to me too. I think some of DC pays them off.
No, just give her one more issue. No, I'm definitely gonna call him in the morning, like, hey buddy. No mas. I don't know what they can do with this book. The Phantom Ring's interesting, but like I said, we both kind of called it, oh, that's going to come back to bite somebody in the butt. And it did. I want to know how this plays into the larger arc of, I guess, the whole Green Lantern saga, as it were. You know what I mean?
Well, I think what they're trying to do, I was thinking about this the other day, I guess since the other book is so in space, they want this one to be more down the earth, which...
You hit that punny business book button. You hit it.
What?
Down to earth space.
Okay. Okay. But no, what the thing is though, they want to be down to earth, and I like some of my favorite Green Lantern stories are where, you know, they're on Earth, but I think they're going too much in that direction. It just seems like Jessica and Simon are just hanging around the same neighborhood every issue.
Maybe they're dominators and they like spying on kids. Who knows?
Maybe it's just, but I'm like, yeah, I want Green Lanterns on Earth, cool, but you know, there's a whole planet. You don't have to stay in, what is it, Detroit?
Well, they also have to give Detroit some love. You know, that's where we filmed quite a bit of our DC cinematic universe because tax breaks. So, and maybe they'll try to get that Justice League Detroit vibe, or you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I get it. God knows Detroit needs all the help it can get with any kind of patrol, so I get it. But yes, I agree with you. Compton needs some love too. I got you, buddy. I just feel like their character growth is stagnating. Like, their dynamic isn't as interesting as the first pitch was. So I don't know what they can do to really suck me back into this book. I don't know what they can do. Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it needs to feel a little bigger.
Yeah. But the artwork I found was really good this week, and I really enjoyed the cover. It reminded me of the whole rainbow mythology of the rings and stuff, which was some of Jeff Johns' best work, in my particular opinion. So that was pretty cool. So I gave it a 3.5.
Okay. 3.75. Wait, so you did read Justice League number 8?
I was curious. I heard good things about it, and I'm totally gonna smack that person in the face when I see them later today. But I did read it. It's the start of a new arc, so I thought, okay, now. But not really. Mm-hmm.
They're going for, I notice a pattern in these issues. They're going for big Armageddon level type storyline.
You can't have that every storyline though.
I know, but I guess they think everyone's trying to be like, what's a big enough threat that's not Darkseid that you need the whole league for.
Well, and they need some team buildings. They need to rebuild these characters up a little bit. Like, we need to stop jumping from crisis to crisis, as it were. So, like, I don't even care about the Justice League, like, at all now. Nobody seems like how I remember them. I thought we were going to go back to some classic character traits, but, I mean, it's not like they're like they were during the whole Darkseid thing or anything, but they're also not anything that I care about as a team, as a group. The dynamic is lackluster.
There is no team dynamic. It just seems like it. Yeah, like you said, they're jumping from crisis to crisis, and every issue is just like, "Hey guys, get over here quick! I need help." Yeah. The Earth's about to die.
Yeah. So I can't wait for that Justice Society book to come out. Justice. Yeah. I'm waiting. I need this. They need to get it together. Like, how can you do this bad with the Justice League? Like, I don't understand. And it's Brian Hitch. I enjoy his stuff. I haven't enjoyed his other Justice League book that got cut too short in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. It pains me to say this, but I give this a 3.25. Just so you know.
That's funny. I gave it a 3.5.
Yeah.
It's just, and there's no sign of Superman. What, they still don't trust Superman? They trusted that other dummy, but they still don't trust this Superman.
So now I'm looking at all of them with a side eye. Like, come on now.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna let a dude in a t-shirt lead you around by the nose hairs, but you're not okay.
Thanks for throwing in nose there.
Anytime. Brian Hitch. I hope he feels more inspired in the next arc. I'll be checking back in the next arc.
All right. So you read Catwoman Election Night?
Yes. Now this had some very well-deserved hype, in my personal opinion. I liked it. I enjoyed it. How about you?
Yeah, I liked it. Very timely.
It's funny because it's also kind of it was happening in Gotham, and we got Oliver Queen is Mira on the TV show Arrow. So I just was like, oh, this is kind of cute, and it is that quadrennial crap fest in America that we call election time. So,
I mean, the art was great.
The cover was amazing. It had so many callbacks to a lot of different things in the DC universe. I just got a chuckle out of it.
We got some good Catwoman backstory, like some flashbacks.
Although I will say that I hate the costume on the cover. That's not my classic Catwoman. So.
I mean, it's not bad, but I mean, those goggles are getting bigger and bigger.
Okay, it wasn't just me. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
But no, other than that, it was a really great story, and political satire is always fun, if not sometimes low-hanging fruit, but...
I mean, come on, they're doing everything but calling out the candidates. It's like Penguin's going to build a wall around Gotham, and the female candidate has a dead body on her tab, so...
It's like South Park. Who are you gonna vote for? A giant turd or a giant douche or a turd sandwich? That's totally what I got from this issue, and it was fun. And I was just like, "Oh, this is good," but I don't know how many issues is this due for? 6 or 3?
Oh, is it? I
forgot to check.
I wasn't sure if this was like a one shot or something.
I didn't know we were allowed to do one shots anymore.
I don't know, because at the end of the main story it says end.
It didn't feel like the end to me, though. It just feels like something that they would milk, so I was just like, it was $5 on top of that. But I think it was worth the $5 to me.
Yeah, it was worth it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a one, because I don't think I ever saw anything about a second issue or anything.
Okay, that's good then. That's awesome that they know when to quit ahead. But I also love the special bonus featuring the return of Beth Ross, who, if you guys remember around, like, what was it, Convergence time, the Prez miniseries.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was pretty cool too, because I enjoyed that book as well. after it got going. The first 2 issues are really bumpy, but it really takes off after that. So, what was that during the other one where they were having that big multicultural deal? Either way, we've had too many specials in the past 3 years for me to really straighten out. But yeah, that was cool. I don't know if you picked up on that one or not.
Well, I knew it was supposed to be Prez, based on that miniseries, but yeah. I was kind of like, okay. I mean, I wasn't too familiar, but I was like, okay. But yeah, I was there for the main story, and it was pretty good.
So, I gave it a 4.
Okay, I gave it a... Stop it. I gave it a 4.25.
Oh, what are we going to do, Phil? We're turning into Firestorm here.
Hey.
Or Deathstorm, I forget. I don't know which one. Oh. I guess we can get into the bread and butter of DC with Batman.
Okay.
Or Superman.
You want to do Superman 10?
This is my pick of the week, by the way.
Is it?
Yes, I love this story. This was so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's of course it's setting up the playing field for the book that is a very highly anticipated book now.
Oh yeah, they better deliver because they've been everyone's been chomping at the bit. Yeah, stay tuned at the end of the podcast. This will be Charlie Esser's book for the week.
Can't wait. I love his very unique take, especially with this particular character.
Mm-hmm. So, think everyone was spot on, even your pal Damien?
You know what? I do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Patrick and Peter, they get these characters, and they're really giving Superman's son some much needed personality.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoyed it, and I was just like, oh, we're setting it up. Yes, father and son adventure time. The cover was great. The story was great. The artwork was really crisp and concise, and simple. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a very good way. I enjoyed everything about this book from cover to cover.
Did not lag at all. I mean, it was a mile a minute, I swear, most of the time.
Yeah. Which you don't get a lot with Batman or Superman these days, which was another thing that I probably really appreciated about it.
Mm-hmm. So when is that Super Sons book? Is it like the beginning of next year?
Is it February?
That's what I was thinking. So yeah, it probably is. So was it a straight up 5 for you?
Yeah, it's a straight up 5 for me.
Okay. It's not my pick, but I'll probably give it a 5.
Oh, so the other book was your pick?
What? There's 3 other books, but
Oh, okay. We'll get there then.
I might have to. There was a lot of good. There was a few good ones. I might have to split my pick this week, but yeah, no, Superman was close.
You can pull a Lilith. It's okay.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's go to one of my picks of the week. Green Arrow number 10.
Did not see that coming.
No.
No. But I know what the other one is for sure. Then.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, this was a great story. I have to just say that it's kind of like the way they portray Diggle in this series. Like, oh my god, like I just need Benjamin Percy to be the showrunner of Arrow at this point. Like, that's what I want.
Well, yeah,
that's what I need in my life.
That's what I was gonna say. This should be the show. I mean, you got Oliver, you got Diggle, and you got Black Canary. That should be your team.
And he even did a Miko justice in the beginning, just to be fair, too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I love this. This is a really nice, cool take, fresh, refreshing take on a new Green Arrow team, and he just delivers every single issue. I really appreciate it, and the setup was great. It's just a fun book. And it's so true to who Oliver is. And I love that they have Black Canary in there and how important she is in the story and that whole dynamic that comes from it.
And Eddie Fires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which some people are saying is Prometheus, by the way, on the TV show. That's another theory that I've been seeing, which I said a while ago, which I would be okay with. And he's definitely a happy median between that old Eddie Fires and then that new one. And it's a happy medium for me, I think.
They also give you the.
What do you think about him?
I mean, I'm gonna wait and see because it depends how they write him. Because I mean, wasn't he just like a straight up dirtbag in the beginning, and then they kind of neutered him for
he was that wishy-washy guy. You know, he would be friends with Ollie, and then like 3 issues later, he'd stick a knife in his back, maybe figuratively, maybe literally, just depending on how the wind blew. So yeah, which every comic book hero has that archetype in their rogues gallery. So. I love the artwork of this book, though.
Oh yeah, it was great. But yeah, just the dynamics of the team, I loved it. Got the reasoning behind the boxing glove arrow.
Of course. I was just like, oh, you know what we want. You know what we like.
Huh?
But he's a fugitive, right? Basically.
Who?
It's like we could do without the Seattle PD, I guess is basically what I'm saying. That's the one thing that kind of was just like,
Yeah.
About.
I guess. I mean, I think they want that status quo of Ollie as like, well, just Green Arrow, not as much Ollie for a while.
Yeah, which I hope works out. I think it will, but I don't know. I think I'm probably one of those weird people who really loved when he was the mayor, and it was just kind of like, it is what it is with that. Like, I don't think he really benefits from having 2 separate sides to him. Do you know what I mean? All I see is, when I see Ollie as Green Arrow, I'm like, it's like the deviation between Bruce and Batman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say exactly. Yeah, that big divide's supposed to be Batman's thing. Yeah, Oliver's, it should be Oliver 24/7. It's just sometimes he throws on a mask and hood.
Exactly. So that's just kind of the way that I see, and that's kind of been the status quo for a while, and I like that status quo. I think that also, like I said, further differentiates him from Batman, which, I think at this point in particular is a good thing for Green Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, but this is a great story, action-packed, which definitely is something that Green Arrow always needs to have, is lots of good, thought-out action.
So what did you give it? Because this is a 5 for me.
This is a 4.5 for me.
Okay. Let's see. Go to my other pick or talk about the other book. You want to do Batman 10?
Sure, why not?
I don't know.
I'm going to say something controversial first.
Okay.
I'm thinking about not reading this particular Batman book anymore.
You mean the one called Batman?
Yes. There's plenty of other Bat books that I can read. I just don't feel like I need to be spending money on this particular book right now.
Just for this arc or altogether?
For this arc specifically, but if things don't pick up, it might be for a longer hiatus than that.
This issue just seemed really weird to me because it's like, okay, it just seems like he rushed in headlong, Bane seemed to take him out pretty easily and throw him, down in the hole, and he kept repeating the same sentence over and over. I'm like, okay, this is some kind of trick. It's not Bruce Wayne. It's
It's Clayface.
Yeah, or maybe.
Oh wait, that's the other book.
Or one of his squad. Yeah, it's not him. But then at the end, it still seems like it's him, or supposed to be him.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like this premise. Like, I accept it for what it is, but I don't like it. And all the other like I said, there's plenty of other bad books for me to read. So,
Well, him putting together his own Suicide Squad, is this supposed to be part of what gets us into the Justice League Suicide Squad crossover or whatever?
it has to be. Which, of course, that shouldn't have been the crossover. I say let the Suicide Squad hype die down until it's time for Suicide Squad 2 movie. Like, I'm just so over it. So over it.
Oh, but you can't be.
Well, that's what you get when you milk a cow and beat a dead horse. That's what you get. you get reader fatigue.
Well, I know. I got the first couple issues of Suicide Squad, and I'm like, yeah, it's okay.
So, too bad it's leaked into the main Bat book, is what I'm saying. So, I'll see you next arc, hopefully. This was a 3.25 for me.
Okay, 3.75 for me.
I mean, that's been our biggest difference.
Yeah, but I think that's our lowest score on this book since Rebirth.
It definitely is.
Come on, pick it up.
And it's weird. I'm just like, I love Time, like, but I don't know. This has to be a mandate, not something that he initially, would have wanted to do, especially his second arc into this new Batman book. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I'll definitely be back next arc, and I think it'll be better.
Hopefully. All right, let's get to my other pick of the week.
I agree with you. This should definitely be a second pick of the week. I like this one, but screw it. I'll make it my second pick of the week. I've been trying not to do 2 picks of the week because it seems wishy-washy waffly, but I don't care.
I mean, maybe pick is the wrong word. Maybe it's just like, that, this gets our high rating. So definitely pick this up.
Exactly.
So. Hey, we wallowed through all that New 52 stuff. I mean, we could do 2 picks. We went through those weeks where it was hard to pick 1 pick of the week. We get to do 2 now.
Remember that time when the pick of the week was like a 4 barely? And we were just like, yeah, this is just a general consensus. This was the best book out of the poop.
You just like flip the coin to see what the pick of the week was.
But that's not the case. Like, I just enjoy Nightwing. He's just it's just always a consistently good book.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good story. I like the comparisons of Raptor to Bruce, and Dick gets to save Bruce, and most importantly, Raptor isn't Dick's father.
Yes. How do you like the relationship between Nightwing and Superman? I feel like that for some people is still kind of off-putting, but I enjoy it. Strangely.
Nightwing and Superman?
Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on one second. Yeah. Because remember, even when Charlie was asking, he's like, about the whole Nightwing symbol, he's like, is that an actual thing, the Kryptonian bird thing?
Mm-hmm.
So...
Well, that whole thing's going to get flipped on its head because now we got the real Superman back. So
yeah,
now Dick's going to have to basically re-meet this Superman.
Yeah, and I think that it's really I like it because he's dealt with Bruce his whole life. Bruce basically raised him, and he's this dark, brooding character. But then at the same time, Dick didn't succumb and become an exact clone, and he's able to smile and see the good in life. And I like to say that maybe Superman had a little hand in that if we're going to retcon it that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, Dick even said it in this issue. He's like, I'm not you, Raptor, and I'm not Bruce. I'm not stuck in that one bad moment from my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said.
Which is all a parent really wants is their kids to learn the lessons that they couldn't.
Yeah.
So... good job, Bruce. Not really, though.
Good job, Alfred.
Exactly. I enjoyed the story. Like, it was a lot of good character growth and character interactions, and I think that's just kind of the hallmark of the Nightwing / Tim Seeley school of Dick Grayson.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, we still get Spiral every so often. I mean, we haven't forgotten that Grayson book, which is good.
One of the best things, surprisingly, about the New 52 thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I must say that was one surprise. I was worried there, but good job, Tim Seeley.
Yeah, it made Tim Seeley reign over the Dick Grayson anything with Dick Grayson in it. Just give it to Tim Seeley.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I agree with you though. It's definitely a 5.
Okay.
Cover to cover. It's a slower story, but it's so worth it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, I'm not playing favorites. It was a good book.
But it's a consistently good book. Like
yes.
the big shocker will be when we don't pick and go, what the hell happened in Nightwing? I don't think that's gonna happen for a while. Like until somebody puts their hands in there. But right now, I think Tim Seeley's just kind of playing in a sandbox and he's doing his own thing and having fun. I just hope they kind of leave that to him and don't.
Yeah.
Higher ups don't put their hands into it.
Well, I think you were right when you said, they basically have more freedom with Nightwing because he's not in a movie, he's not in a TV show yet, so.
Much to our chagrin, I know.
I know, but I mean, it's
a good thing.
Yeah, he doesn't have to live up or live down to any of that, so.
Good thing.
So is that
Did
our
we cover everything? Yeah.
I
didn't continue with Injustice Ground Zero or Death of Hawkman, so yeah.
Oh.
I do want to encourage you guys to pick up Gotham Academy Volume 3 yearbook. It's in paperback, so please do that. If you want to get into Gotham Academy, I think this is a really good one to get into. It's fun. There's a new mystery. You don't really hold on to the stuff before the last, so you can just kind of jump in. So, yep.
All right. Well, then, if anyone out there has their own reviews, you can send them in. We can tell you why we agree or disagree or any recommendations for anything we're not reading or something you want to see Charlie review. Or if you're that person who's reading Cyborg, email us, worldsfinestpod@gmail.com. Facebook is World's Finest Podcast. Twitter is @worldsfinestpod. And we even have an Instagram, World's Finest. Check those out. And Lilith?
You guys can find me at Lilith Hellfire on Twitter. If you're on the gram, aka Instagram, Lilith Hellfire 86. And check out my new blog, Adventures in Fangirling. There's a lot of content already and more to come as I get more and more free time. Because for the second week in a row, I have a Friday off. And I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to enjoy it. So, there you go. I look forward to getting in contact with you guys any way you choose. So, I'll leave you boys to your fun.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, then. Coming up next is Charlie's review of Superman number 10. All right, everyone. As promised, this week's Marvelous review by Charlie Esser is of Superman number 10, correct?
Yes, Superman number 10. Sins of the Fathers. Fathers know best. Something like that. They don't have a splash. I think they do the splash page at the end.
I don't want to influence you, but this was one of Lilith's 2 picks of the week.
Oh, well, I only read one, so I can only pick one.
Yeah.
I will say that it is definitely right up there. I mean, honestly, so let's just, here's what I got to say. Here's what I'm going to say about this book. Without Teen Titans Go, I would not like this book as much.
Okay.
But because of Teen Titans Go, because of Robin's voice.
Mm.
And the way it's like this. Basically what that does is it makes, because let me tell you what it does. It reminds me that Robin is a kid. Robin is a scared little kid who has really had a very messed up family history.
Yes.
And that's one of the things I love about both Teen Titans Go and the new Teen Titans book And this interaction between Superboy and Robin here is that all of Damian's bravado is bravado. Mm-hmm. Is a child's, I have to be the best because I want my daddy to love me. Mm-hmm. And I wish my kid could do that. No. My kid's like, oh, you love me unconditionally, daddy. Sucker. I'm no Batman. What can I say? We open up with all sorts with totally Lana Langing the poor blonde girl, as the cute new girl comes into class and has fluttery eyelashes and eyes like four. Of course, all of them have eyes 4 times the size of their head. Something in the water there in Smallville, let me tell you, or whatever city this is. It's not Smallville. It's some other Midwestern town. Although it does conveniently have a decrepit old swamp out on the outskirts.
Grundy.
Yeah, Grundy. Alman Grundy hates Superboy. No, you got to have like the got to have the son of Solomon Grundy. You got to have Cyrus Gold Jr. Yeah, that's
Mark Grundy.
Yeah, Billy Grundy, little Billy Grundy. Billy Grundy.
There you go.
I was born on Tuesday. I still hate the Super Friends. Lil Gideon. There we go. Lil Grundy. Okay, getting back to the extra story. There's a whole weird thing here with glowing-eyed moose and owls and snakes. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. And then Goliath and Nobody, who is the little girl that was flirting with John last scene. And then, because they realize that John's powers fluctuate. But of course, the problem with John's powers fluctuating is that they will come back when you least want them to. And he does a super sneeze, which freezes Goliath. Goliath can't fly, and they crash. Mm-hmm. And then Superboy comes to in a in the Batcave with like electrodes hooked up to his head and restrained and all of that stuff. And and again, this is where that Teen Titans voice just informs it. When you read this in the voice of that actor, I got to look up that actor's name. You're hearing everything he's saying, and it is just real classic Teen Titans Go Robin verbosity. Mm-hmm. But in the context, you do see it as him being this child who really is injured and hurt, and you just want to hug the poor kid. But of course, Batman shows up and is like, "You did what?
Yeah."
He's then captured, and then Batman shows up and he's like, "You did what? Release Superboy now before it's too coom. What have you done with my son?" All glowing red-eyed Superman. And it's like, oh boy. Of course, Batman, as luck would have it, has his kryptonite battering right there. Yeah. I don't think that's, for the guy that's almost as fast as the Flash. I don't know if the boomerang weapon is the best choice. So then again, hey, it works for Captain Boomerang. And the two dads are about to go at it, and then of course Super Sneeze again, Wall of Ice, destroying all of Damian's equipment, all of his wonderful toys. and of course Superboy is flirting with Nobody again, which now Damian is all like, "Oh, don't you flirt with that girl? She's my girl." It's Starfire all over again. I lick you as the brother. And everyone likes Superboy better than Damian, which of course just feeds into that. Then they meet the Bat Cow, and not Ace the Bat Hound. This is a different Bat Hound. Titus the Bat Hound now. And of course Alfred the Cat. And then Superboy sucker punches Robin. the cat attacks and kung fu powers, and then ice on Alfred, and then we apparently keep. I guess maybe the stables are underneath the Batcave because apparently we keep the Kryptonite Batarang near there, and then the dads come home. Next issue boot camp because apparently Jonathan needs some discipline. It is a good book. It is, like you said, I'm loving the Superman with Super Son story, and I loved Damian. And I knew I was going to love Damian and Superboy. And that is why, I'm fingers crossed. Got to make 3 issues to get on the pull list, but I'm fingers crossed that Teen Titans is coming back week after. And really liking where they're going with it. I am giving this. I'm gonna give this 4.5 bat cows out of 5. That's how good it was. 4.5 bat cows. Really, I can't say. I mean, obviously it is my pick of the week because I picked it. It's my only DC book I picked up, but it was really good. Well worth $2.99.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, big selling point. I really liked it.
All right. Well then, let's get out of here. If you I've been saying, if you want to join in the fun, send us your own review or send us a recommendation for Charlie. Email us worldsfinestpod@gmail.com. On Facebook, we're World's Finest Podcast. Twitter is @worldsfinestpod. And we're even on Instagram, World's Finest. And Charlie, where can people find you?
Well, you can always find me in that old-fashioned email way, the way our mas and pas once communicated, at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, @gmail.com. And, of course, follow me on Twitter at CharlieEssSCR. Look for the 2 E's in the middle for quality. Now, I got to figure out where I'm going to review Saga, because now that's been recommended to me. So,
that's right.
We'll have to figure that out soon. Look for it, the Saga Cast.
But
It'll be something.
Remember, you can always get a hold of me about anything DC or Marvel, NightwingPDP@gmail.com. On Twitter, I am @NightwingPDP. And check out all my podcasts. World's Finest right here is on Channel 52, Before the Bat, Legends of DC, where Charlie's also at, and also with Charlie on Nuff's. We're all over the Nuff Said podcast, so check all those out. All right. So come back next week. Seeing what DC goodness we have, because Superman was definitely a home run with everyone here this week. Fly back in and join us next week. Good night.